where passion meets potential and every player writes a new chapter in the story of tomorrow's stars. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Coming to you live from the Met Park Sports Center in the heart of Pasay City. This is the 2025 National Developmental Sports League Basketball Series. And we're in our third game of the day, this time in the 19 and under division. It'll be between Smash Basketball and the KNZL Believers. And again, we are in our 19 and under division, so this time we're back to watching boys high school basketball. And right now we shall turn it over to our courtside reporter. Jan has a plan for our pregame report.
Fresh from a strong win, Smash is rolling with confidence powered by composure, good bench play, and dominance in the paint. On the other hand, the Believers have the hustle but need to find their finish. Will today be their turning point? Giving it to Sir Ryan Pajaro to start the ballgame.
Six of your National Developmental Sports League inaugural season. This time for the 1900 division featuring Smash Basketball versus KNZL Believers. Let's meet the starters first for the Smash Basketball. At center number 28, J.R. Vinas. Point guard number 27, Rafael Esquiela. Shooting guard number 16, Andre Aquino. Small forward number 11, Ned Modesto, and power forward number 77, Kyle C. Head coach for Smash, Richmond Boleche. And now the starters on the final floor for KNZL Believers. Center number 23, Kim Wilcanlas. Power forward number 22, MJ Destresa. Small forward number 28, Dave Liego. Point guard number 15, Celsius Miagar. And shooting guard number 31, Rans Lee Tiong. Our officials for the third game. Crew Chief, side of Lingard. Umpire 1, Ian Pardo. Umpire 2, Roden Lamprea. This game is under the supervision of our Commissioner Joel Ngo. This is the National Developmental Sports League, ang Liga ng Atleta Pilipino!
Here we go again, KNZL Basketball, 19 and under division going up against Smash. And as we all remembered, Smash Basketball defeating the San Sebastian Golden Staglets yesterday. So another club-based team defeating a school-based team. And it's still Smash continuing to get upsets in our NDSL basketball series, but that time in the 19 and under division. And for KNZL, only having 5 players with no coach in this game, so that's going to be a challenge. But of course, these players coming from the juniors team of the Ama University Kings. So they do have that kind of experience, but of course, you know, you cannot defeat strength in numbers at least most of the time.
Right now, it's a prime opportunity for Smash Basketball to get another victory. As in, literally, it's an empty bench for the KNZL Believers.
Again, their head coach, listed as head coach rather, is Coach Yong Katikista, assisted by Coach Judah Villamor. But right now, no one really in their bench, literally.
Literally an empty bench for them. As you can see on the other end, a full bench for Smash Basketball.
Really contrasting themes for both teams.
You like how Smash Basketball choosing to pressure the basketball full court. Not gonna show any kind of mercy against the Believers.
And again, when it comes to these club teams, you know, they're eager to prove themselves because, again, you know, there's pre-established notion, at least for, you know, some people, that when you're a club team, you're not as good as a school-based team. And again, you know, KNZL is basically school-based, being the AMA Junior Kings.
Well, preparation-wise, there's always an advantage for the school-based teams, but then again, the game is played on the floor, and whenever you have this as you said, strength in numbers that you're taking advantage of. You know, that preparation time, the organization part of things, that can be something that can be overturned by other factors.
So expect Smash to really smash their opponents this game. But KNZL will still believe that they can win. As Lee Tiong gets it to go.
Well, very important also for the believers to not get into foul trouble. And that's one way not to get into foul trouble. Allow your opponents to just waltz inside the paint.
And hopefully no injuries for them as well.
It's true.
But that's a luxury that Smash Basketball can do, and does have rather. Again, they have a full house. Even players from the 25 and under sitting there. Assistant coach Richmond Beleche, their listed head coach.
We can even actually move the panel to the bench of the believers as there's no one there.
Meanwhile, KNZL, again, what shall be the game plan for them? Again, completely no substitution. And no coach, so, you know, a double kill for them. Nevertheless, Aquino will get an and one.
But you still like on the previous offensive sequence for KNZL, they moved the basketball very well. But on the other end, giving up a foul and the basket to Aquino.
3-point play completed by Aquino. 8-point lead now for Smash. Forward dish to Lee Tiong. Outside, it's Biagar. They swing it around. They try from deep. Won't work for them. Rebound by Smash. Aquino, the spin. Recognizing that height advantage.
Height and strength advantage right there for Aquino, scoring 5 quick points for Smash.
Biagar brings it down. Losing it. Modesto in transition. Aquino gets it back. Esquera to Messina.
See that ball just hopping around for Smash Basketball, but they have to get back in transition.
KNZL will take it easy. They try from deep. Won't fall for them. This time it's Esquera. Stopped from the elbow. Gets it to go.
Like how Smash Basketball able to take those mid-range jumpers.
Here goes Smash. Oh, what a find from J.R. Viñas to Rafael Esquera.
Look like a layup drill for Smash Basketball, just hoping that it doesn't turn out to be a 40-minute layup drill for Smash.
But again, they're called Smash for a reason. Viñas, 2 more points. They're not gonna stop. Timeout called by one of the players for sure. We'll be back for more. We go back to the action. Again, Smash Basketball looking to seal the deal early in this game.
Well, there are games where the game is decided very early, and I think that's what Smash Basketball is trying to accomplish here.
But expect them to not slow down at all. As Assis, forward pass stolen by Lee Tiong. Over 4 minutes remaining in our first period. Smash running. Azor As easy as it gets.
Really just token resistance in transition for Kianzel.
And not to mention, Smash Basketball pressing their opponents on defense. So for sure, they're gonna get tired. Perhaps at the end of this first period. Azor. And here comes Smash. No defender in sight.
Easily more than half of the points for Smash Basketball coming in transition. Most of them even uncontested.
Lee Tiong having a hard time. They'll attack, drop it. Good for Canlas.
I mean, 10 points in about 6.5 minutes of action is pretty decent, but you give up 30 on the other end.
Rolls out. Kianzel. They're down by 20 points. Miagar from way outside. And they'll have to make those, considering their situation. Zasis won't make the shot. Al Puerto inside.
Again, Alberto with the height and weight advantage. But they give up a layup on the other end. Luckily, Kianzel missed on that opportunity.
It's gonna be a long day for the boys in orange, as Azor will miss. Under 3 minutes remaining. Canlas launches a three. Too strong. They try from deep. Azor won't work. Carino, one-legged shot goes in.
So the offense has slowed down a little bit for Smash Basketball, but they're already up by 24.
Lee Tiong, nowhere to go. Inside Destreza to Canlas.
If you're in Smash Basketball, you're not gonna be happy as you're seeing some easy baskets being scored here by the Believers.
No contest on that shot by the Believers. You can tell they're already tired. Because again, Smash has been pressing them on defense and then running themselves on offense.
But they're giving up easy baskets. That's a great pinpoint outlet pass right there.
Carino, 2 more points for him. Again, expect Smash to have no mercy.
Kianzel actually taking advantage now of quite lethargic pressure defense being implemented by Smash.
Azor finally gets that one to go. Lee Tiong running, or Canlas rather. But that's gonna make them tired. And again, they have no substitutions. So just layers of problems for Kianzel.
That basket will be available all the time for Al Puerto for as long as he camps inside the lane.
41-18, ridiculous lead for Smash. .33 seconds remaining. Inside Al Puerto. He puts one up. No match for him.
Al Puerto looking like a dominant force inside the paint. Staying patient.
Shot clock is off. Kianzel running. Lee Tiong drops it. No good from Kianzel. Meanwhile, Carino all alone. 45 points in the first period. Smash Basketball just playing with their food. As we'll be back for the start of our second period. Back to the action here at Met Park Sports Center. 45-18. Smash, a chance to further smash their opponents into the ground. And again, hopefully, the situation of NDSL will change. Perhaps their coach and teammate just late. We'll never know.
Well, they do have someone on the bench right now, probably filling in as their coach.
And hopefully that'll be good for them, but still, the issue of having no substitutions remain.
Continuing to just give up points on the other end.
So Smash Basketball able to hit, or at least will be able to hit that 50-point mark even before our halftime period. Basically a shooting practice for the boys of Smash. Literally a shooting practice. They're looking for those 3-point shots.
Well, this is actually a very talented 5 on the floor for NDSL. The problem is there's no one to be able to give them a rest, as Lee Tiong led them in scoring in the first quarter with 8.
Again, it's going to be a long day for NDSL. Basket and one though for MJ Destreza.
For Smash Basketball, this could be a cause for concern. They've been giving up a lot of points inside the paint, uncontested, especially on the outlet pass. No one there back on defense.
2 minutes passing by in our second period. 27-point lead for Smash. They're trying to run a place. Carino for 3, gets that one to go. Not that time for Lee Tiong. Bon, no good. His teammate try to get it. Goes back to the orange shirts.
Right now, if you're Smash Basketball, just make sure you do not fall into bad habits. It's going to be easy for you to get your points, but you cannot afford to just give up points that easily.
Miyagar gets 2 points by cherry picking. Carino, no good from downtown. NDSL running. Lee Tiong gets 2 points.
Well, this combination of Diego and Lee Tiong has been very productive so far for NDSL, but problem is they're down by 26.
In the foul situation, that's going to be an issue for them as well. Hopefully, they won't get into foul trouble.
They've been very careful in giving up fouls. That will be their first team foul here in the second quarter.
First one was good, second one on its way. 2 out of 2 for Carino. And they're past the 50-point mark, even before halftime. No good from Lee Tiong. Destreza cleans up Lee Tiong's mess.
What you like about NDSL, they may be down big, but they continue to compete.
Dandoy attacks left, fades away, goes on a roll.
Unfortunately for NDSL, they can only give token resistance on the defensive end.
Meanwhile, Smash going 110% at the break. Eustachio scoring.
That's Janrik Eustachio going 110 kilometers per hour on that penetration inside.
Inside, Destreza. Won't work. And the other troopers of Smash Basketball playing. Dandoy. So no Kyle C, no Gerald Cruz, no Justin Assis, no Rafael Esquera, no Von Alberto.
Well, it seems like there's no need for them as this five on the floor has been doing quite well.
Toshi Rayuba will sub in. Same with Kakananta. Over 5 minutes. Can last 2 points. Carino. Swing it around. Kakananta attacks. Little to no effort on defense for KNZL.
So even if their offense has started to pick up here, defensively they're really just putting up token resistance as they get a steal right there for Canlas.
On the other side, Canlas scoring again. Dandoy, 2 points. 62-30. And now we turn it over to Jana Zaplan. But after this timeout, as KNZL calls one. Over 4 minutes remaining, we'll be back.
Though limited to just 5 players, the team remains determined to give their all and support each other on the court. Several teammates were sidelined by illness, creating a depth challenge, especially with a crucial gap on the scoreboard for KNZL Believers. Still, the playing coach says they'll focus on playing hard and making the most of every opportunity. Coach Noy and Cholo.
Thank you very much, Jana. And again, you know, it's unfortunate that that is the situation for KNZL, but you know, it is what it is. They're in this game right now, and let's see if they can even or at least narrow the gap.
Well, that's actually a hard role to play, being a playing coach. Like, if you make a mistake, do you get mad at yourself?
You scream at yourself, and you cannot sub out yourself.
Well, there's no one to sub in for you, as they only have 5 players. But so far, I mean, offensively, they're doing fine. They have 33 points, about a third of the way here in the second quarter. The problem is they've already given up 62 points. That's a full game production for most teams.
They have to bring out their inner Sonny Jaworski, or maybe inner Gabi Espinas.
Well, I think it's better for you to use the Gabi Espinas reference, because I don't think you were able to watch the Big J during his playing coach days.
Definitely not. Same goes for these men, for these young men.
Well, you're still eligible to play in the 25 and under.
Yeah, actually.
You could have actually helped the KNZL Believers maybe 2 to 3 years ago.
But considering the bench of Smash, not only in the 19 and under, it's also like that in the 25 and under. There's no more room for them, so I'll just be here.
But you like how these programs, especially Smash Basketball, uh, having, I mean, a basketball club having these many members, you get to train them, you get them to play together. Seems like they have a coach on the bench right now. We
Yeah.
have to confirm later.
Yes. They have a lot of coaches.
I mean, for the side of Kianzel, he is someone is barking out instructions for them.
So yes, that's we have to confirm, but based on what I know, it doesn't seem familiar.
Anyway, for both of these teams, I like how they've utilized the outlet pass quite well.
Smash Basketball their bench just, having a good time. Perhaps the perfect time for popcorn already.
Well, actually, I think some of the players here on the side of Smash Basketball probably more anxious as they're waiting for their turn to play as opposed to the Kianzal believers who are already guaranteed to play the full 40 minutes.
Well, that is the case again. We're seeing the players who are not usually subbed in. Again, the likes of Toshi Rayuba. That time, Lee Tiong sinks in a three. Then Doyle gets it to go.
He continues to seem like a layup drill, a shooting drill, actually an offensive exercise for Smash Basketball. They have 68 points already on the board.
And I think clubs like Smash Basketball, are the living proof that there's a lot of talent outside, school-based basketball.
Right, and having that opportunity, especially during the off season, to continue to play and develop your skills is a great opportunity for these kids to take advantage of.
It's not every day, again, you get an opportunity to play for a school. So again, definitely the living proof that, doesn't mean you're not playing for any school, that you're not good at basketball. I mean, we had the likes of Jeffy Hinogin, who was recently just recruited by San Sebastian. We'll talk about that more after this halftime break. 70-42 against Smash Basketball, just smashing the Believers. Right now, we'll take a look at the move of the game. There's alley-oop finish from Dandoy. And of course, it was Carino who made that possible. So Smash Basketball having the luxury of executing those kinds of plays. We'll be back for more action. At the half, it's 70 to 42. Smash Basketball enjoying this big of a lead. And again, basically just a layup drill, shooting drill, whatever drill you want it to be. That's what they're doing right now. And for KNZL, again, hopefully their teammates are just late, but from the looks of it, looks like only 5 will really play this game. And, you know, double kill is that they don't even have a coach. So they have a playing coach. So, well, that is technically a coach.
Although we haven't confirmed just yet who is the playing coach out of those 5 players. But so far, for Smash Basketball, you already have 3 players in double digits in very limited minutes. Carino leading the way with 13. You have 11 for Viñas, 10 for Dandoy. While on the side of Kianzel, 3 players in double digits. Lee Tiong with 13, Destreza with 11, Canlas with 12, and you've got Liego already with 11 assists. But nevertheless, they're down big, down by 28 points. And even if you look at the stats, 60% from the field for Smash, 46.5 for Kianzel Believers. Rebounding-wise, domination 28 to 17 for Smash Basketball. Points in the paint, 54 to 36.
But you know, people won't know that there's only 5 of you. So if you post it on social media that you got 11 assists, I'll believe it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be forced to believe it because they are the believers.
But that belief getting smashed
Oh yeah.
right now. So Smash again with the not so usual 5. But Cruz entering the game, Gerald Luis Cruz. No good coming from Rafi Esquiera, the second Esquiera of this team. Meanwhile, no good that time coming from Diego. Wait a minute, there's an end one coming from MJ Destreza.
Destreza already with 13 points in the game. Has been quite the performer under the basket.
First one goes in.
Right now, the Believers being forced to play in the zone to try and conserve some energy.
.23 lead. Destreza attacks. 2 more points for Kianzel.
Quite impressive for the Believers, despite having to play the full 20 minutes of the first half. They still come out with some energy here. Down by 21 points.
Easy 2 for Smash.
But again, the problem for Kianzel, the offense is taking care of itself, but defensively, they've allowed a lot of easy penetrations for Smash.
Diego from downtown, 1 hit. Esquiera. Layup drill for Smash Basketball.
That's what you want to keep seeing from Smash Basketball, continuing to attack in transition.
And actually for Kianzel, very talented 5, but again, you cannot beat the strength in numbers, at least most of the time. Cruz, the big guy, is showing some handle skills. Esquiera fumbling the shot. Yagar outside. He goes right. Won't work from Yagar. Ooh, another try. Destreza puts it in.
What a great reverse pivot right there for Destreza, who has come on strong here in the third.
Esquiera outside. To the right. Modesto. Smash Basketball just playing again with toys.
But again, you cannot afford to toy with your opponents. as they get another steal. And Modesto with a finish.
Over 6 minutes remaining in Chapter 3. Kienzo just going through the motions. And again, make sure to stay tuned to the NDSL 3x3 as it'll be happening June 12 and 13. I believe a mix of pro, semi-pro teams will be playing in that leg. And we're gonna be having a different venue. I think it's also in the Met Park. But first, let's take a look at that MJ Destreza and one. I think it's not here. I think, if I heard it right, I think Sir Jason Banks told me that it's somewhere in the mall. But it's still part of Met Park. So it's gonna be air conditioned.
And again, an opportunity for the fans to catch Cholo Pangilinan in action. Not playing on the floor, of course,
Hear me in action.
unless you're playing that I don't know of.
I'm not gonna play.
Okay.
I'm done playing. And of course, we also have our volleyball tournament coming up. I believe that's on June as well. And of course, season 2 of this basketball series on July. So a stacked couple of months ahead for NDSL.
Well, I think Destreza scored all of the points here for Kianzel in the third quarter after going scoreless in the first half.
So Destreza must be stressed at this point.
And now he's trying to distress. Okay, the jokes are really bad, so.
Yeah, but it's over as we turn it over now to our courtside reporter, Jana Zaplan.
The Smash basketball team employs aggressive full-court man-to-man and 2-3 zone defenses, constantly adjusting to keep opponents on their toes as defense remains their greatest asset. One challenge, however, is how they'll overcome the hawa-hawa effect. When one player's energy dips, it tends to affect the rest, disrupting team rhythm and execution. Still, with a nearly complete lineup, Smash holds a clear advantage with only Viñas missing due to a knee injury. And for clarification on the other side, the one stepping in on the bench today happens to be the father of Miagar, one of the players from the Kianzel Believers, offering support in more ways than one. Coach Noy and Cholo.
Thank you very much, Jana. And again, you know, good to see that despite everything, Kianzel having that positive mindset.
And of course, you know, that's where familial support comes in. And you see here stepping in as the quote-unquote coach on the bench for Kianzel, one of the parents of, the parent actually of Miagar. And again, on the side of Smash Basketball, again, as you see that basket coming from Canlas, the importance of still continuing to play the right way. You might fall into the trap of course, you can get away with anything going up against just 5 opponents. The hawa-hawa effect that Jana was talking about. So all it takes is one player going out of the system. Eventually, everyone will think it's okay, and everyone will try to do to get their own stats on the board, and that just disrupts team chemistry.
And certainly Smash will try to avoid that. But right now they're still, you know, executing the plays. No sign of stopping so soon. As Aquino will miss the shot. Bon this time. And by the way, I think the registration for the NDSL 3x3 is not yet over. I think it's until May 25. So again, if you're listening and if you want to, you know, sign up for a team or sign up with a team in the NDSL, of course, again, the registration is still open.
So still an opportunity for Cholo to sign up with
Not
any
me.
of the teams.
Then you will coach me. You will coach for my team.
Yeah, you can sign up Albert, who is very busy working.
We can sign up Kyle Sanchez,
Kyle Sanchez,
our star player.
Direct Jet.
But we'll form our team later after this timeout. Called by the Believers, 87-60. We'll be back. Back to the action here. 87 to 60, over 3 minutes remaining. And again, the registration for our NDSL 3x3 series is still open. So again, better sign up now if you have a team and you want to, of course, experience high quality A-grade 3x3 basketball competition. As we have 3 minutes officially on our clock.
It's again a perfect opportunity also for Smash Basketball to evaluate their lineup as everyone getting an opportunity to play now.
So just to clarify what I said a while ago, on May 25, or rather if you register on or before May 25, you'll be paying a cheaper fee of 15,000 pesos. So that's 5,000 pesos off than the usual 20,000. So again, better grab that opportunity now. And of course we have, it is an open invitational, of course, all levels welcome in our 3x3 series. Pro, ex-pro, or even beginners. So in the men's division, 16 teams are allowed. I'm just not sure how many slots are left. And in the women's division, 8 teams. So again, that's on June 12 to 13. And Smash Basketball, again, we can hear their bench just cheering for their members.
Well, if this was a 3x3 squad, Kianzel would have 2 subs. But unfortunately, we're in the 5-on-5 division here.
And going back again to our 3x3 series, we have the likes of the Eurotex Dream in the women's division competing. And for the men's division, we have Uncle Drew Pilipinas. We also have the third floor. So just, you know, among the many competitors we'll be seeing this June 12 to 13. Meanwhile, it's going to be a miss. Oh, not a miss, but a make of a lucky bounce.
Speaking too soon that time for Cholo.
So apparently we also have an NDSL badminton series. But I believe the Facebook page was just created, so maybe just in the works. Meanwhile, Justin Dandoy, a fan favorite. Or a bench favorite.
Yeah, 5 straight points for Dandoy as everyone getting an opportunity to get their licks in.
.24 seconds remaining in the third. Again, Smash 1 point away from 100.
In 3 quarters of play.
I believe they will be the first team in our NDSL, both 25 and 19 and another division, to reach 100 points. And probably the first team ever to reach 100 points in that scoreboard here in the Met Park Sports Center.
And they do it in less than 3 quarters.
So that scoreboard has been baptized 101 to 69. Smash Basketball in the driver's seat of what, a train or a bus? That is the end of the third. We'll be back for the fourth and final period. Fourth and final period happening right now. Dandoy is on fire. The bench loving the action.
And you gotta love the brotherhood, the camaraderie of this Smash basketball bench, celebrating every basket.
It's gonna be a miss. Yagar. Not that time. Dandoy. 2 more points for Justin Dandoy. Perhaps aiming for that best player of the game honors.
Well, he is a heavy favorite right now. I believe that's already 20 plus points for him.
And you're gonna ruin the fun if you don't choose him.
Oh yeah. So you're kind of forcing me to choose him. But nevertheless, you see Smash Basketball not stepping on the brake pedal.
First one is in. For MJ. Destreza. Already stressed at this point of the game.
So Destreza, after scoring 11 in the first half, now has a total of 29 points. So a lot of heavy lifting for him in the second half.
And let me just acknowledge, of course, Mayor Bruce Matabalao of Cotabato City. As just last May 15, it was announced that he is now part of our NDSL management. So certainly it's going to be an honor to, you know, associate the NDSL's name with, of course, Mayor Bruce. Thank you, of course, for his support.
So it's still a 37-point lead. And that three-pointer coming from Azor.
109-72. Is Dandoy still playing? Yes, he is. And he'll keep scoring. The way to gain some confidence, as I believe, you know, they'll be getting some tough opponents the next days. Let me double check on that one. But right now, MJ Destreza still putting stress.
Well, he's already reached 30 points.
So
Gotta commend the effort here from Destreza and Diego, I think, already with 14 or 15 assists in the game.
so the next game of Smash Basketball will be on Monday against the Red Cubs. So that's gonna be a tough matchup, and it's good to see them, you know, gaining confidence as early as now.
Well, this is the perfect game to have before having to face the mighty Red Cubs so far in the NDSL, as we have Carino hitting from the outside. Just a show of force for them, and hopefully this is the kind of momentum that you want to bring going into that big game.
But of course, again, you know, it's not like it's gonna be they're gonna be outmatched. You know, it's not like they're gonna be outmatched for sure. Smash Basketball will have a chance.
Again, with this show of offensive force, that could be, you know, that kind of potential that you can bring. You'll know. Looks like a potential 4-point play as Smash Basketball showing no mercy against the Believers.
Another look. Destreza putting too much stress. 4-point play possibility. Not that time. Under 7 minutes remaining.
Well, the one impressive thing for Kianzel, no one is in foul trouble.
And no one is injured.
That's true. Right
119 for Smash.
Right now, there's a serious face on the face of Dandoy.
He wants more.
think he knows that he can go for that best player of the game, plus the interview that comes with it.
And for sure, he'll be swarmed with Smash players.
Oh yeah.
Good luck to Jana for that.
Well, other players would not want to be best player because of the interview. But I don't think Dandoy minds as he is playing his heart out here.
It's gonna be a lot of shout-outs for sure. So, are you saying that he's the player of the game? You're confirming it already?
Yeah, I'll confirm it now because he is. It looks like he's gonna pile on the stats as he is still on the floor for Smash Basketball.
Perhaps can give us one nice move for the move of the game.
Oh yeah, just to have that full house of awards and recognition in this game. But look at the scoreboard. Kianzel, even with just 5 players, have managed to put up 86 points in 35 minutes of action. So again, offense was not the problem for them. It was definitely the effort on the defensive end.
Or the fact that they only have 5 players.
Well, that too. But they did not make that an excuse in this game. But they did need to be a little more, to have a little more energy defensively.
The guard takes a shot. And it's obvious that these Kianzil guys are well conditioned.
Yeah,
Now-
that's true. I mean, they're used to playing undersized, but ever since this is the way the Mark Herrera brand of basketball is something that I've seen the past few years. It's a lot of small ball basketball, a lot of 3-pointers, a lot of pressuring the basketball, really just high amounts of conditioning. But unfortunately, when you field in only 5 players in a game, fatigue will definitely become a factor.
That is the unfortunate circumstance right now. Meanwhile, Bon trying to get 2 points for himself. Maybe also wants that player of the game. And he's running.
Because whenever they run in transition, they get rewarded, and that's why the players of Smash Basketball always putting in the extra work to be the first guy in the paint because they've been rewarded countless times.
Destreza, sidestep, travels. So Dandoy is not playing anymore. Carino won't make it.
Let's see if someone from Smash Basketball will look to steal that best player of the game interview for Dandoy.
Let's see if that's the case. This guy can be that guy. Carino. Oh, what a shot. That's ridiculous. Even Coach Richmond Boleche is already laughing.
I don't think you can even teach that kind of shot. Just a lot of creativity right there for Carino.
I don't even think anyone practices that shot.
Because that's a shot that you can probably use once every 5 years.
Because if you do that in a regular game,
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah,
sit on the bench a lot, for sure.
we're nearing the last 2 minutes of our game. So stay tuned for our next game. It'll be the Junior Altas of the Perpetual Las Piñas going up against Rectos San Sebastian Golden Staglets. Of course, Coach Jeff Cleopas of an NCAA Juniors Championship. But of course, no more Lebron Dipe for them in that roster. No more IC Kaliangan. No more Jericho Cristino and other names that we all know. But still,
JD Pagulayan.
yes, That's one more guy.
So it's going to be, it's pretty much a full rebuild for the Perpetual Junior Altas, but they do have a lot of players coming in. Of course, it's going to be, I believe, the coming season will be the emergence of Lance Itura as the main guy
For sure.
for Perpetual.
And of course, for San Sebastian, Coach Chelito Caro, the new head coach of San Sebastian under, a new management, both the juniors and seniors. Of course, also assistant coach for the Basilan Port Masters in the MPBL. Of course, Coach Eman Calo, assistant coach for San Sebastian Golden Staglets, familiar name, also playing professionally here in the Philippines. So that's gonna be one heck of a ride, I'm sure. Two NCAA teams going at it again.
Of course, a lot of familiar faces for us. But it's really, we're expecting a resurgence of the San Sebastian basketball in the coming seasons of the NCAA. And I believe games like these will be the kind of springboard, the kind of preparation, the start of the preparation for San Sebastian Staglets basketball. And right after this, they're going to be going up against the defending champions in the NCAA Juniors Division.
There you go. That is our score. 131-93. Smash basketball. I have no words. Just a dominant win for them, to say the least. But right now, our move of the game is this guy. The guy, Justin Dandoy. Acrobatic, creative finish in transition again. Was baiting for that defender. Nevertheless, will make it anyway. And I'm sure he'll be the one with our courtside reporter at the sideline for our player of the game interview. But for now, again, that is our final score, 131-93. Speaking of the best player of the game, it's no other than the guy, Justin Dandoy. Again, capitalizing on the minutes he's been getting this game. And again, that's the beauty of these kinds of games, the hidden gems of each team's getting introduced in great fashion. As we turn it over now to our courtside reporter, Jana Zaplan, for our best player of the game interview.
Thank you, Coach Noy and Cholo. I have with me Justin Dandoy with 26 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. Grabe yung performance mo. Alam niyong laman kayo for this match. But how do you stay consistent and paano mo nalaman na ibibigay mo pa rin yung 100% mo?
Ano po, pinapasok po ni Coach sa binibigay ko lang po yung mga dapat kong gawin.
I'm sure you're motivated by that, pero ano yung next goal mo sa next match?
And sisipagan ko pa po.
Sisibagan mo pa? Ano pang ipapakita mo sa aming lahat?
Defense po.
And I'm sure we'll look forward to that. Is there anyone that you want to thank?
Wala.
Wala naman? Yung team mo?
Shoutout sa team ko.
I'm sure they're all proud of you. Once again, I have with me Justin Dandoy, our player of the game. Back to you, Cholo and Coach Noy.
Thank you very much, Jana. That is our best player of the game. The ungrateful. I'm just kidding. The scorer, Justin Dandoy, signing our official Spalding basketball. Again, that is the official ball of our NDSL basketball series. There you have it again. Congratulations for the club of Smash Basketball. But again, stay tuned. We've hyped it up. Our next game features 2 NCAA powerhouses. San Sebastian going up against the Perpetual Junior Altas. And this is once again Cholo Pangilinan with Coach Noy Africa and Jana Zaplan. This is the one and only NDSL basketball series.